and welcome to Your Vote Counts, a public, informational, nonpartisan program designed to get the public acquainted with the candidates vying for the 2024 general election races of Keizer City Mayor, Keizer City Council, Marion County Sheriff, Senate District 9, House Districts 17 through 23, and Congressional Districts 5 and 6. These interviews come to you through the producers at Capital Community Media with collaboration on questions and moderators from the American Association of University Women and the League of Women Voters of Marion and Polk Counties. All candidates for these races were invited and 65% chose to participate. Candidates did not receive the questions prepared by the League of Women Voters ahead of time. Candidates were invited to prepare a 2-minute opening addressing their background and qualifications for the office and 2-minute closing remarks. I'm Rebecca Coleman-Lurback from the League of Women Voters of Marion and Polk Counties, and I'd like to introduce Tammy Kunz, who is running for Keizer City Council. Candidate Kunz, welcome, and we look forward to your opening remarks.
Thank you for having me. My name is Tammy Kunz. I have lived in Keizer for 10 years and have served in the community doing several different things, from the Keizer Community Diversity Engagement Committee to Salem SCATS, which is Salem Keizer Area Transportation. I currently serve on that steering committee, working on the safety action plan, which was just passed yesterday. I attend our parks meetings, our city council meetings, our traffic safety bikeway pedestrian meetings. I am president of Greater Northeast Keizer Neighborhood Association and chair for Kennedy Neighborhood Family Council, and serve in many other areas that would take up too much time to cover.
Thank you. I'm going to start your questions now. The city has taken steps to address the houseless population. Do you believe other initiatives should be adopted to address the significant issue of our homeless houseless population, which affects all Keizer citizens?
I think that we have a lot to do to help that population. So my answer is yes. I would like to see a Housing First initiative come back into play back in 2017 through 2018. Through Arches Project, I believe it was, we had a Housing First project. It was a pilot program. And that seemed to work really well because we focused on getting them housed, and then we worked on skills for learning how to take care of their homes, jobs, career, that kind of thing. Other than that, I think that we've done very well doing what we're doing. We have that navigation center.
Great.
And that has done some amazing things. Sorry about that. To assist with several different things, because the navigation center has resources there and everything that we need in order to meet the community need, along with it provides some stable work within the community.
Thank you. What do you think the relationship is between growth and housing in Keizer?
Keizer is definitely growing. I can see that with the growth, we will encounter some housing shortages. We do have some new housing going in. For instance, on River Road, we're going to have a place that's somewhere in the vicinity of River and Dearborn. It'll have business on the bottom and housing on the top. I think that we should have more affordable housing that's not always what's going on.
Thank you. What do you think is your community's biggest budget concern?
The constant rental increases from 7 to 14% every year. It's the one I hear the most, that and the increases for cost of living with their household bills and their food budgets aren't going as long.
What transportation issues does Keizer have, and how would you address those problems?
I would love to see Chariots extend their services to other parts of the communities, for instance, Shamawa Road all the way down to Keizer Rapids Park. And some of the other communities with our aging population having more accessibility for transit. Chariots is doing a fabulous job. I use it pretty consistently. Most of the stops are ADA compliant, and the ones that aren't are on the queue to be addressed. We have the Youth Bus Pass program, which is meeting a huge need, allowing the kids to get to and from school without the extra barrier of having to pay for that. And it also allows them to use transit to get to and from work if they work before or after school.
Thank you. What would you suggest to ensure transparency between the public and city government?
That's funny that that's a topic, because I was just having this conversation with one of my neighbors. So one of the things that I've incorporated in my engagement in the community to do that is my goal is to always provide a balanced information of what's going on in the community, what's going on with our local government. I take notes from all our meetings. I send them to emails for folks who are signed up on our email list for the association and Kennedy Neighborhood Family Council. We put together newsletters to inform. I do some polls with Facebook and Nextdoor to help consult and involve and collaborate with the community. The Keizer Community Diversity Engagement Committee is doing more of that. And the city has been working on other ways to do that as well, which I am very grateful for. But it adds that extra layer of empowerment to the community when they know that, hey, all I got to do is send an email to, I'll use Mayor Clark as an example. And if I have questions, I can ask, or I can get a hold of Melissa at City Civic Center and ask for assistance there. It's just a way to keep the information moving forward. I have a phone tree, as old school as that sounds, for those who aren't tech savvy. I update them bi-weekly most of the time. A couple of them have said, hey, can I get a weekly update on what's going on? And I'll do that. It's whatever they ask for that I try to meet that need for.
Thank you. What ideas for city management would you suggest if elected?
City management. I think our city is run very well. I think for city management tools, I guess I would say more engagement tools with the community. We have a Facebook page for Keizer. I would like to see those used more often. Those of us who are on committees, boards, and whatnot post pretty frequently. But I think the communication aspect is what I would like to see for the public engagement. That way we're empowering the community, because not everybody reads the Keizer Times. We have an aging population that is not tech savvy, including myself. I know how to find what I need and use it for what I need, but there's also that barrier out in the community. And then using the tools that our youth are using, like Snapchat and Instagram and some of those tools to get the word out, I would like to see done. I don't know if that answered your question.
Thank you. Very thorough. What steps has Keizer taken or that you would suggest toward community emergency preparedness?
We are currently working on our emergency plan. I am involved with Keizer's CERT program, Community Emergency Response Team, and I host a bunch of community engagement activities to help with that. For example, in December, we're hosting a community safety awareness where we're going to talk about the safety action plan and Keizer's neighborhood traffic management plan and safe routes to school, and get all of those entities involved in one conversation. And that's a collaborative that Jackie and I have been working on for Salem and Keizer to bring us together. And we do a lot of that kind of stuff with our social media and that kind of thing. So that seems to work really well. I also print information out when needed and just drop off to those who I know aren't tech savvy, or I will put it up if they get a community bulletin board, I'll put it up there. But we have our emergency systems planning already for our upcoming rainy season and winter season and what to do if something happens. So those are ongoing. They, last I knew, met about every 3 months to make sure everything is working well.
Would you please describe two main duties of a council person?
Personally, for that, it is taking what you hear from the community and bringing it forth. It's advocating for the voices of our community so that their needs are being met. It's also advocating for public policy and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. That is part of our backbone. It is part of how we keep things growing moving forward, because we're there to serve the community. We're not there to serve our own personal agendas. Did that answer your question?
Yes. We are now at the point where we finished our formal questions, and you're welcome to give us a 2-minute closing summary. And please don't forget to give us either your webpage or Facebook information so our constituents can contact you if needed.
Okay. So in closing, I'm running for this position to serve the community. I have been part of this community. I have families, or we have families that have really heavy struggles, and I fight for those families. I will advocate for those families. I will advocate for everybody's needs to the best of my ability. I am only one voice. We definitely have to have a quorum in order to make it possible to do what we do. My email address is t_kunz@yahoo.com, or you can find me on Facebook. I'm Tammy for City Council. Phone number is 971-701-3008. I'm available to answer any questions that you may have. I have served and will continue to serve whether I'm elected to the best of my ability. I interact with my families. I know what families need food boxes when. I deliver those. I am in constant contact with my families, our schools, um, just very, very involved. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions as they come around. Please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much, Candidate Kunz, for our interview today and for sharing your thoughts. Thanks to Capital Community Media for their extensive technology and producing skills to create this program. Thank you to the League of Women Voters of Marion and Polk counties for designing and preparing this program. And thanks to you, the public, for watching in order to become an informed voter. For more local, state, and national voter information on candidates and ballot issues, visit vote411.org after September 30th, when candidate data is posted. You have until October 15th to register to vote or make changes to your registration. Ballots go out October 16th and will be accepted and counted if postmarked on or before November 5th. Elections matter. Remember to vote because your vote counts.